right.
Okay.
Here we are.
We have
Loser semis, brother. So we got yellow, bonk. So yeah.
Slap me in the face real quick. I was falling asleep out there.
I don't wanna.
I was falling asleep. Dude, this is the first time I've worked like a full day and then wind up like coming to cast, man. I'm trying to get it working, man. The energy running up.
Just fine.
What's up? I mean, if you want to try it.
Well, let me make sure Lyric isn't coming because she came here to do that.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to, then you can.
There it goes. And yeah, never mind. There she be.
Whoa.
Perfection.
I didn't want to kick anybody off. Like I saw mad people over here, and I was like, oh well, you know what? They're casting.
I mean, you asked a while ago, and you came to do it.
I know. It's okay. I mean, Philly just making a name for ourselves with top 4. We got 3 players in top 4. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and then we got also 1 player on pretty much Grant's winner side. Or
that
about
guy
to
is
be
PGR. Come on.
Yeah, and he's also Jersey.
That's true. That's true. This is a classic, though. I mean, you got 2 PR players. Yellow, as I like to say, sped ran the PR in Philly. He came back from school, or came back from summer break, came in the beginning of August, and actually qualified with 8 events in a month.
Yeah, he's anything but yellow, to be completely honest. He is not cowardly in any stretch of the imagination, and now we see him definitely gunning to try to get that Apex registration, my friend. He's got a couple players to run through, as does BONK, as the up-B shuttle loop. Take the stock. Completely even game there.
BONK has been one of those players in Phillies where you never really know how he's playing that day. In the beginning of quarantine, or I would say the post-quarantine era of Smash, BONK was definitely #1 in Philly looking. And there are times where BONK looks like #1 in Philly, and then there are times where BONK kind of loses it altogether. So it really just kind of depends on how he's playing. So far today, though, definitely playing a lot better, but Yellow going for the Firefox right through the platform. Honestly, a little bit of a different mix-up, but I like the way that he's playing around BONK. He's playing very careful, but BONK does kind of, you know, excel ahead in certain situations with fast fallers.
You kind of have to if you're a Meta Knight player, you know, because like so much of fighting this character is like, okay, don't get hit by dash attack. So much of it is avoiding that move, and if you're not focusing on avoiding that move, you're going to have a bad time. And if you're BONK, you know, one of, if not the best Meta Knight player in the world, you kind of got to know how to play around that. What options is your opponent going to pick, knowing that you have way more grounded options, or just running in? That is not yellow at all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who up smashes that when the character can dash attack you, potentially kill you off of it?
Well, speaking of dash attacks, BONK going to be able to find one into, of course, the up B. And now we're going to see last stock. I mean, this is a best of 5. It could go either way. Knowing Philly, though, and knowing BONK, we're going to go on mostly small battlefield and PS2 for the entire set. So
that's literally all that was in the last set, if you were watching it.
Yep, it's the whole thing. BONK doesn't like to go anywhere else, but I mean, Yellow, like you were talking about, just playing extremely well today. He's another player who's been like a little bit wishy-washy, if I like to say it. Co-mains Luigi and Fox, which I think are 2 different characters in terms of their archetype. The Fox, though, definitely coming out a little bit stronger, but now this is BONK's kind of scary area. Reads the illusion perfectly, but it's just going to beat out the killer.
I feel like a lot of Fox players also have like pocket Luigis just from the PTSD alone.
Yeah, sure.
There you go, trying to read that jump there, right in the center. Resetting the situation. I was gonna say resetting the situation was BONK that time around off of that late hit of the back air, but then the wake up smash once again, man. He just does it when you least expect it every time.
The misinput on the rapid jab just allowed for Yellow to get set up. You can see how both of them shook their head. They both kind of knew. So we're probably going small unless Yellow banned it. There is a chance that he banned it, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Fox definitely, you know, Fox likes PS2. A lot of space to be able to work around. You know, the platforms are perfect height for his combos and whatnot. Small battlefield. Little less room for him to fight against a character like Meta Knight. Might have a harder time not getting run over and avoiding dash attack. You know what I mean? PS2 is essentially the bigger version of it. And I'm imagining he might have just banned both because we're going to Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, this is kind of like the bronze medal, as I like to say, in like BONK's little arsenal of stages here. Definitely a really good stage. You can use the center platform to get a lot of kind of ladders and combos started there. But we'll see how Yellow's going to be able to utilize these small blast zones, excuse me, to get something started here. So far, though, coming out of the gate, swinging with the down air and the back air. Definitely, once again, a player that is all thriving off of momentum. But BONK is one to stop momentum very easily. Good tech.
Very scary situation, man. It's, you know, if you're not experienced in the matchup, which a lot of people are, and Meta Knight, not the most common character in the world, you know, that tech timing can be tricky. But this is a Fox player we're talking about. You're off the level, you know, you got put in a lot of like tech force situations quite a lot because of the up B. So Definitely no stranger to teching off the level is Yellow this time around, saving his double jump. Going to tech that once again. You see what I'm talking, man. Fox players, they're prepared for it every single time. You have to be if your up B has, you know, that much startup.
I think the best part about living in Philly is that you really get a lot of these kind of niche character matchup experiences. Yeah. I mean, Yellow and Bonk go to a lot of the same locals too. They play a very decent amount of times. Bonk is going to be able to find the up B out of shield that's going to take Yellow's first stock here. And I think we're stabilizing a little bit on Bonk's side. Definitely a lot less miss inputs. Definitely looking a little bit cleaner in the ladder here. But Yellow actually giving Bonk a lot of room to actually come back to stage. It was just a little bit different, right? When you play Fox, you want to kind of play to snuff out your opponent, get them a little bit scary. But Yellow actually giving Bonk a lot of space.
Yeah, like you mentioned with the blast zones, though, it can turn around in pretty much any minute. Meta Knight is probably, you know, relatively one of this game's lighter characters, but I would also forever remind people how perfectly you have to play a character like Fox. I will forever remind people that this character is lighter than Pikachu. Still keeps me up at night that is an actual fact, to be completely honest. But right now, Bonk just sort of running away with it, looking like his game to lose, doing a wonderful job enforcing his advantage state. Beautiful job spacing in the threatening zone. I love it, I love it, I love all of that lyric. Yeah, that was so clean.
The Condor dive is definitely one of those things that you just kind of get hit by sometimes, but now Bonk on the verge of utilizing the rage really well. Great DI by Yellow, gonna be able to find their way out of it. Good tech by Bonk as well, but Bonk able to get the pickup. Good on Yellow though, gonna be able to find it back.
It's just so gorgeous, man. Bonk just like, he's such an, I can say this because I know he's a Team Fortress 2 player, but this guy is an advantage pusher. That's the best way I can even say it. Down we go once again.
He's doing it again.
Oh, no,
what is going on?
That's like the double drill rush scoop special. I order that every time I go to Haagen-Dazs. That was disgusting. I was going to say, he's an advantage pusher, my friend, because he's not just about the bread and butters. This is one of the best Meta Knight players in the world. He does. This guy will keep pushing it even out of hit stun and out of trades. You know what I mean? Like when he was playing against Syrup, he just got like so many wasn't Syrup. When he was playing against Haze, he just wound up getting so many lucky trades that even after messing up his bread and butters, he was still able to wind up getting a shuttle loop after getting hit over and over and over again. And he's doing such a good job pushing that in this game too as well, man.
Okay. Well, it's kind of looking a little bit scary for Yellow here, but gonna be able to find the Nair up smash. Honestly, it's all about how Yellow wants to play this. You can play this passively and let Bonk figure it out, or you can try and take the reins back. The Tornado, no, not going to be punished, looking for the kind of tip off the shield to get the finisher. It's not going to be enough. Down smash going for the roll read behind, but it is just going to be the up B and a shield. The shuttle loop going to send us into a game number 3.
And there's that patented Bonk smile, you know, laughing about it.
All good friends here.
All good friends. Man, Roger rules. Roger rules, man. But yeah, it's game number 2 going in the favor of Bonk. I love the way he played around that counter pick, because the first thing that came to mind is that this is a Meta Knight player we got out here.
Sure.
Center platform right there is going to be like, you know, we're entering Shark Week.
Yeah, it's very true.
But that wasn't even really the case. You know, he didn't really need to rely on that kind of game plan. Yellow wasn't playing around the platforms that much. He, you know, was just way more focused on the consistent edge guards, the drill rushes over and over and over again, and wound up working out for him in the long run as we enter game number 3 of Losers Semifinals. Right back to PS2.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. The Philly Classic, if you will. But it is going to be on Yellow to adapt to Bonk's tempo. The rapid jab's a really good start at this point. But now, let's see how Bonk's going to be able to respond. The down throw is the first way, gets the trip with the back air, even waits for the option to get something started. It just goes to show how much mental control I think Bonk has over his character. Tornado going to connect. That's going to be first stock. Yellow kind of reeling in the seat. Took him for a ride for sure.
62.
Yep.
Nuts, man. Oh, I love the weight from Bonk right there. He had a true dash attack, and he didn't even care because he knew he could get all this if he just waited for the air dodge.
That's crazy because honestly, there was at least 3 or 4 times where Yellow could have lost the stock, but it was just on Bonk to pick the right option here. Down air into the dash attack from Yellow here, trying to alleviate some of the bleeding right now, but it's looking so difficult. The down smash even going for the Condor dive again. Bonk, just no signs of stopping, but Yellow, I don't know, you can't be going on for these hard reads on Bonk.
He did not react to the fact that that was not a jab lock situation. You saw how he got the fastball fair. He jabbed twice, and that never locked. Like, but Bonk didn't miss his tech. It just never locked, but he went for a hard read instead at the end of it. And now we got Bonk. Ooh, just narrowly able to get the jump out, but the reversal's not going to matter. Down we go.
Woo! On Yellow's counter pick.
That's a 3 stock, baby. Bonk
Ouch.
feeling himself now. He wants that reg. I mean, he's got to go through Philly's #1, assuming he wins this set to be able to do that. But it's definitely looking like his set to lose so far, Lyric.
Why are we go? That's so funny. Bonk counterpicks Hollow Bastion, and now Yellow's counterpicking it. Very interesting. The Bonk and Beast rivalry, quote, quote, is very interesting because it's nothing like... Bonk and I were actually talking about this earlier. The rivalries that were made in like 2017, 2018 are very different than the rivalries that have been made like post-quarantine era. I think especially for Bonk and Beast, who have been playing with each other now for like 5-ish years, 6 almost, you know, that rivalry is based on respect for how much each other have grown. And a lot of these rivalries these days are just based off of, I really don't like you, man. Like, I don't want to talk to you at all.
Yeah, like, you're not going to see these guys, you know, like, genuinely not fist bump each other after a set in the Salty Suite. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. It's just, like, rivals respecting each other. I feel that. When I was an active player, for me, that was Rin. Shout-outs to Rin back in the day. He was went to college with that, man. Miss you, buddy. And so trust me, I know that feel. Like, of just, like, really push me. You push me, I'll push you.
Right, exactly. But it's not about Beast just yet. It is still about Bonk and Yellow. So far, it is going to be Yellow finding the first up smash here. Definitely looking a lot better on what was Bonk's first counter pick in this set, too.
Yeah, you know, Hollow Bastion running around. You know, Fox has got like some decent space to work with on a stage like this as well. Just hang back, pop a couple lasers. Good air dodge percentage, wasn't just right. Going to be a lot of damage off of it. Okay, just get me out of there, I think. I don't know if he recognized that he could get something like that off of the up air with the Firefox right there, and then he recognized that he can't, and so he just dipped. Not sure what the line of reasoning was for that. I'm going to be straight with you.
I think Yellow is recognizing that he can't just charge in versus Bonk over and over again, that Bonk is really catching on. I feel like Meta Knight is one of those bait and punish characters really, really much more than a lot of the characters in this cast. But just looking for the punish on the up air. Here comes the dash attack. Good wait by Yellow, though. You have to play a little bit more patient, but you know what Bonk is cooking. He's looking for these up airs. Going to be able to find the forward air. It's not going to be enough. The follow-up of the tornado, not going to be enough either.
Yeah, you know, you wouldn't think it by watching Bonk in those situations like that where he was just sharking under the Hollow Bastion center platform. But the thing with him being the character specialist as he is that back air from Yellow takes the stock. Is that, you know, a golden rule of playing a character like Meta Knight, for like any character that is like really thrives off their punish game and their combos, is knowing when and when not to go for the true stuff.
Right.
It's really important to know like what situations where sometimes, okay, I need to reserve this option for later in the set, where it's better to not go for the true stuff, knowing that off of an air dodge I can get way, way more off of it. And now, we've seen Bonk exhaust a lot of his resources in this set so far as he is down in stock in this game. Now just looking for anything to be able to take the stock, and the Drill Rush will do it.
It's so interesting to see the Drill Rush just come out like that, especially in Bonk's arsenal. I feel like there are so many times where Drill Rush is just like, oh, it's a way to make it back to stage, not something you just open up somebody's neutral with. But now Bonk sharking underneath the platforms will find a couple of up airs, but it's not going to be enough. Yellow disengaging perfectly, but still running in and getting punished for it. Let's see what's going to happen. Just the last hit of jab. Bonk lining up the edge guard. No, just reads the jump up. This is so good for Bonk, but Yellow still going to be able to recover.
Oh, man, beautiful stuff right there. But now right reversed off the level. This should be another Drill Rush. Good tech and a jump to be able to make his way back up, riding up the wall of the Hollow Bastion stage right there. Nice tech away to avoid any and all ups. Whoa! Wow! That was some borderline blast zone damage, my friends. Holy moly. Yellow hanging on for dear life right now. He's looking for a raw back air, something like that. Back throw going to do it. What is the edge guard on the part of Bonk?
Where are you going? Where's he going?
Edge guard.
Where were you going? I hate when sets end like that. That is literally the worst way you can end a set.
What was he cooking?
Nothing. He was cooking absolutely nothing.
He cooked himself.
It was terrible.
It was
I hate when sets end like that.
It was fire all around him, you know, like he was just turning the grill on. It was just...
I'm so upset.